he has on the other side.
Yeah.
Curry playing off this wall. Now Curry's stuck in a bad spot. Now getting spotted as they come up. And that'll be the first kill going the way of TSM. Wardell striking first. And through the smoke, TSM is going to get another one off the back of Wardell with the ghost. Subroza holding for heaven, but it's a nade that comes through to finish off the damaged Haze. That wall is just about to pop. Wardell, though, is continuing his rampage. That's now 3 kills on the round for a player who's had a hot hand all throughout this final stage of VCT. Wardell gets spotted. There's a dink shot coming down from Dawn, but Dawn is all alone and surrounded. The gravity well doesn't suck anyone in. There was a nano swarm down. Wardell using the knives to help take care of the turret. They have to be careful for this player that's waiting around the corner. It's Rax, who's just being a nuisance right now. Finally, the swing comes through from Spawn. That's automatic picking one up for T1. But the plant will go through. It's a 4-on-3. And all 3 remaining players for T1 coming through from the same spot. It's time for Wardell to pop off with the Blade Storm. Doesn't actually get the kill. Now getting stuck in this gravity well. Has to be careful as he's run out of knives. All he's got left is the rifle in his hands.
Such a late lurk from Haze too on mid side.
Yeah, it's could be a problem depending on how this fight goes on site. There's the spam coming through from Dawn with the Odin as they try to sneak through off. The Nano Swarm will stop them for the moment as there's a Venn diagram on site that's keeping them from gaining access. But the Snakebite that was down actually wasn't that much of a problem, and there's a great counter ult coming out that'll prevent this wall from really having much of an impact. They'll be able to plant the spike inside, and as they try to stop the plant, Leviathan is there with the punish onto Brax. A nade will go down into that toxic cloud, but the vapors obscure vision, and it's impossible to really land any significant damage with that nade. You've still got Wardell, who's NB main, playing on the other side of that smoke. Doesn't really have much to worry about, as I don't think this is going to be an attempted retake here. TSM has backed off as they realize.
You have to try to fight back somehow against this mid default.
Ooh, that is punishing timing coming in from Leviathan. Now Skadoodle could be there. Oh no! Skadoodle had him dead to rights, and Leviathan almost got lucky on another as Automatic misses the shot. There's the dive through in mid, and this round is falling apart for T1. This round is ultimately the epitome of this half thus far, as everything is just going TSM's way.
Yeah, that was so nice there from Leviathan. At that point where you're able to get 2 kills and you have no information on the side of T1, nothing's really being thrown out because, of course, Curry dies at the same time too. So to gather information, to know where the hit's going to happen, it's not going to happen at all, actually, for T1. So unfortunately there, everybody falls here for T1.
Means that this flank play will be a little bit easier, but there's still an alarm bot down, and now the play has been blown up. Look at the utility that's down as well. That is really rough to run through, but it doesn't do as much damage as one might think. Players are still sitting at around 70 to 80 HP. They're trying to do something with this heaven control that they've gained, but they've still got to concern themselves with that player on ramp. The Viper hiding inside their own smoke. Brax is on the site. There's the ult coming in from Automatic. Brax finds 2, make it 3 on the round total, and it's all up to Wardell, who's now trying to get away. It will be the first round for T1.
That down. If TSM are going to try to work towards B, well, you see how, well, we'll talk about it a bit. The attack is actually coming in towards this A site now as Dawn is holding it down.
Dawn finding 3. That Snakebite almost cost Dawn their life. Look at the way they're playing mid, though. So much presence in mid, and that's a big shot coming up from Curry. Thought they could get away, but that's a great trade peek coming up from T1. It was a trap setup in mid, and it works out beautifully.
Yeah, very nice for these trades that comes out in favor of T1 once again. So being more reactionary, as I mentioned before, they damaged TSM on that default tank. As TSM, like I mentioned, they wanted to take advantage of that and try to waste some abilities first, but they actually played it where their lies. So unfortunately there, the last 2 players are going to try to meet up together because they still have Leviathan with the Viper wall that they could actually cross over and try to get this plant at least for this round.
The wall is in, as is the orb. Leviathan the first to sneak into position. Haze looking for anything, any kind of advantage they can try to gain. They need leverage on this site desperately. Sure, they've gained site control, but did they really? Look at what is grouped up all around them. Skadoodle currently sitting in hell. Automatic up in heaven. There's one also back towards spawn. This was just masterfully played by T1.
Blood on his heaven side, double up as well from Subroza and Bang. So they're in pretty decent positions right now to try to hold this retake.
A little bit of a detour there on the guiding light as it initially went to the right and then had to go back and go through screens. That's a huge ult, and there is no cancellation policy here for TSM. Now Hazed on site, getting some support from Bang. Hazed still in position with just 3 HP. He's been caught by the ult, and it's going to come down to the 1v1. It's all about timing, and there's the peek from Bang. Well played in the 1v1, done inside the smoke. This is a very deadly position for Leviathan to be in. Never mind. Cancelled in the end. Curry does get spotted out by Spawn. Lucky
ramp. Meanwhile, though, for TSM, Wardell pushing in towards B, and there's that first blood. Leviathan on A side. So the satchel didn't work out.
Oh, subroza with the back pedal trying to moonwalk his way into ropes. Almost gets caught. There's one stuck inside the gravity well, and Bang is getting aggro looking for that kill, knowing that potentially the target is there, which will give away what's happening. That'll pull Viper away from the A site. There's low HP targets here. Great shots coming out. Curry's right around the corner, very low on HP, and it's a quick finishing move for Bang. It's now back in favor of TSM as the 3-on-2 is going their way, and the spike is down and quite visible for the Viper, who's currently coming in from heaven. They need Leviathan to back up and offer some support. But Leviathan can't peek because of the turret that's down. Has to be careful. The turret's giving away their position. And now the spike will be planted in just a moment, but the player who planted it will die immediately. Has to be careful. Oh no, the flash comes through, and he just dive bombs it with an SMG. It's a quick pickup onto Curry. That's actually pretty problematic for them. That's their flash. They need that for the entry power. Wardell playing on the other side of this toxic wall that's up in B main. Just able to tuck in this corner. They're going to clear it, but they don't clear it hard enough, and that allows Wardell to find 2. The spike's been dropped in B main, and because they took so long, they're now down to just 20 seconds, and it's all on automatic. Timothy Ta, what do you got for me? This 12 seconds ticks on the clock. Whatever went wrong yesterday, especially on their attacking side, as gen.g controlled that pretty heavily on their defensive side. But look at the aggression coming out from TSM. Subroza and Bang go in the paint, down mid, and find early kills necessary to
hopefully work on both sides and maybe get a Viper's pit plant. We'll see what happens if they could actually get this opening. But Smile, you're definitely spotted there.
I thought you were going to say you're on candid camera for a second. That was going to be a reference that not too many people got, but it will be the closeout for TSM. 13-4 plays aggro. Pretty good support and back up here. Wardell actually hits the tap shot. That's another for Wardell. His ghost has been on fire. He was feeling it in the last map. And even though he falls, he's got some support from Subroza.
This ping from that mini-map. Basically, the 3 players of TSM could just triple stack and look down towards B side first, because you have the alarm bot and the turret from Hayes in the back that's watching that flank. And now that it thaws up, they're like, okay, well, be careful. They can lurk towards this garage. This now allows for less bodies to watch towards the defender side, which makes it an even 2 versus 2 after that kill. At least
Brack's
on
going
B.
for the bank shot as well with that dart. It did get taken down, but good heads-up play in the moment. Brack's doing great damage as well, and things have turned a little bit here. Dawn in a 1-on-2, 42 HP. Due to just the insane number of kills they were able to find early on. This time, it'll be the early off purchase, which we thought we might see based on that early damage dealt with just a ghost. Now, Bang was on site with Wardell, and Wardell had to backpedal a bit. The support was lost. Curry is currently hiding on the other side of the wall. Hazed on site. It'll be a 4-on-4 retake. There is one holding down the flank. It's going to be the Viper battle over towards the backside of this play that really determines how things are going to kind of spiral. Big pickup there from Skadoodle onto Subroza. Hazed comes right around the corner and catches Curry sleeping.
This kill's about to happen. There you go. But the snake bite actually came out on time. 2v2 now into the site. Of course, that's going to run that clock down, but they have to come out quicker with this flank. And you already see it. Wardell saving his op. Leviathan looking for some exits. They're going to be able to upgrade at least to a Phantom, but the round is still going to be secured by T1.
Oh, that is not the miss you want to see from Wardell. That's the op going down.
It's definitely going to pick up the orb, get the Blade Storm, and then they're pretty much at the same gun round here.
Oh, I don't think Wardell was content with where that smoke landed or the fact that they got the information off the flash early.
Still
Just didn't feel safe. Yeah. So, decides to back off. I think it's the right call, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, not a position you want to be in at all.
Still works out, though.
Yeah, TSM has actually converted for manageable for T1 compared to what they had.
This is
the timing!
seconds left.
That's brutal. It's now fallen down to 2, Skadoodle and Dawn. Dawn's even low on HP. Skadoodle does have the heal, has to go back for it. Killjoy Molly's down, slowing down the spike plant. And there's the spike coming in. They're giving away the pings. Nice damage dealt to Dawn. So much for that heal, down to just 4 HP. It's retake time, 3-on-2 here for TSM. Spike ticking away, but TSM already moving up and getting into advanced position. First one through the wall will fall to Skadoodle. There's a follow-up from Dawn, and the top-down position from Skadoodle. Well played. There's the pop-up from Leviathan. The smoke does go down. Hayes is able to convert on at least 1 kill, but Curry's rampage continues, and things again slip back away. It's Leviathan, a 1-on-2. Automatic is so low on HP. It's the headshot, actually, with just 1 target remaining. It's Curry who's been doing so much this round, but it's Leviathan to save the day. A big Red Bull clutch coming up.
Aggressive off here if we want to, but it's Leviathan. Instead, it's trying to push down towards his A side, and he is pinned and down.
Nothing that they could have done to get away from that one as the ult came through. The dart was in. Even some follow-up damage off Hunter's Fury. Bang, tagged down to 70 HP, forced to use the hero. There's an early flash coming out, and the swing from Subroza proves unsuccessful. It's a 2-on-5, and if they saved in the last round, I can't imagine they go for this one.
Yeah, no.
You've got the op in Wardell's hands, and there is just no logic.
It's going to be 4-4, but actually, Dawn's closing in. We got more players having been towards this mid side. Wardell looking down. Okay, at least he's going to be able to save the op. So that's good. Moving into the next round, though, the economy might not be so great for...
Only 1 player on A coming in from a traditional location. They need to find a kill on Viper, but they don't to get sight control. That's what puts them in an interesting position. Now, a missed throw on the slow orb could prove to be a bit problematic. That's an ult coming out from Hazed, and Automatic getting the kill, but immediately trading it back. That was in an attempt to cancel out this Killjoy ult. Look at Leviathan. The peak is going to be everything, and there's the double from the shotgun. Well timed, as now it's falling onto Brax. 86 HP after ducking into that smoke, that thick, toxic cloud momentarily. Unaware of the flank coming in from Wardell.
30 seconds left.
Spike is down, and you just heard the call out. 30 seconds left for Brax to make a play.
And you don't want anybody else but Brax right now in this team to be able to clutch, but he's low HP. Easy kill for Leviathan.
Where you've got all of these players
So
building
tough.
up. And, oh, now the pressure is on here for Bang. Bang's got to find multiple kills. Great slow orb to slow them down. It's a massive 3K from Bang.
They won't see
And
Subroza.
it's a slaughter.
1 enemy remaining. 30 seconds left.
That's it.
Weren't ready for it, fans.
Yeah, I was going to say,
just
like,
weren't.
they weren't going to see Subroza right there. So Bang, he was in a do-or-die position. The Frost Orb, I thought it was going to be good enough, and he did his job if he only got 1. But he's able to kill 2 more onto the top of that, and it allows Subroza to be hidden around that fence and could have gotten that kill onto Automatic, but at least, no matter what, it secures around in a nice tight angle there for Wardell. Dawn, and then get the plant so they could play the full plant that way. And they start walling things up here to fight towards his B main first, and this is just going to look grim.
Yeah, well, that was a little bit of an odd play as Wardell actually dashed accidentally backwards and made contact with a wall that was unintentional. That could have been a very favorable 5-on-3 early advantage, but just a little bit of a mistake there from Wardell
There you go.
costs them that, and it becomes a 4-on-3 instead with an op pickup no less for Automatic.
Oh!
Now Leviathan through the box. That's a big kill as that came through tube, and that'll make things difficult because they don't have, you know, the capability for that Viper utility. That was kind of the only control utility they had.
Yeah, I mean, he got the orb for Dawn. He got the
Oh.
plant. Collateral there from Automatic, though. Okay, it's doable.
There's a res coming out from Bang as well. Through the wall they go. It'll all fall onto Brax. Position's been spotted on the other side of Yellow. Has to pull off the spike. Knows it was at least tapped. There's the big kill coming in from Brax. Somehow they save it. A Red Bull clutch. Pistols have proven to be quite successful for TSM. But as I say that, Leviathan gets caught sneaking around over on that B site. It's a player advantage for T1 with 50 seconds or so left. Wardell now slowly slinking up mid, catches T1. Look in the other direction. It was Dawn who falls first. Automatic in a long-range exchange with the pistol. Getting another kill, and uh-oh. The wall's up behind, and now he can feel the space around him just collapsing. But as I say that, Bang actually survives, sneaks across, drops the wall. That's a great move and a missed opportunity from T1. As Curry gets dropped on the back end of the play, things are back down to a 3-on-3, whereas they could have had spike control with a 2-player advantage.
Yeah, and subroza heard 2 players rotate down towards pipe, so he's in a great position to flank some more. And T1 understands this. They're pushing out towards his B main. Hayes is going to fall. No post-plant play happening so far anymore, and it comes down to the battle. Subroza at least is close. He still has one more guided light. This could be a huge flash, and it's not enough. It's too late. It was already halfway.
This aggression could prove a bit of an issue for them. The flash came out first. There's the dismiss as well from Curry, and now the heal, negating any possible damage that was dealt. Going for the plant, actually at top 2, but surprise, Skadoodle is still here. A weird position to say the least. Caught Wardell kind of off guard, and now the odds of a plant coming out are decreased heavily. Wardell's just looking to do some damage. Quick shots coming out from the Marshall. Does get a dink follow-up onto Brax.
3 HP.
Does have the Blade Storm. There's the Seekers coming out. Here's a slow lurk up mid. Leviathan had a potential freebie kill on the Sova, as well as an Owl drone was going out in the other direction, and they would have been caught a little bit off guard. The knive's going to work out masterfully off the back of the recon dart. There's automatic going flying and putting on a display. 2 players remain. Make it just 1 as automatic is slicing them to pieces. That's a 4K. Leans on Wardell.
They could play pulse
in a
plant.
great position. Might be able to get 1 or 2. That's a huge first one. A follow-up? No. Couldn't somehow hit. I thought for sure it was going to be a free kill. Subroza gets the flash around the corner, then tries to retreat, and all of a sudden it's falling apart, but this is the big problem. There's the the snake bite coming in from distance. It's the moonshot from the Viper. That's a big ult coming out, and look what it's going to do. Oh, it's set up Leviathan so well, but no! Leviathan just isn't ready. So Curry coming out, just kind of gets a free kill. There's the orb coming out across. That'll give them the ability to gain access to the site. The wall's going to go down as well. So they will go ahead and get a plant out of this. But that's an issue. I do like the way that Subroza has gotten on the other side of this currently. Has to be careful, though, as they're starting to move into position. Does Subroza get around the corner in time? No. Subroza was, in fact, spotted before getting into the tube. So now you've got automatic from distance with the op, and Hayes is realizing, lucky to stay alive for the time being. 5-on-3. The forces for TSM dwindling, but it's a big shot from Wardell and a dash away for safety as well. The res comes out back onto Leviathan. Things are swinging a little bit in favor of them, but it's starting to fall apart. It's down to Bang, who's just too far away from the play. 10 rounds for T1.
It was just very difficult. You're counting your lucky stars that you still got a plant no matter what in towards B. So good containment, wasting out the ult from Leviathan. In this round, automatic, immediately traded off, though, at least off this nice little TikTok wall in the top here at Pipes, and it's a 4-on-4.
Big res coming out, though. That's huge, and never mind. Hayes neutralizes that one. Skadoodle's like, okay, well, I guess I'll scoop up the op. Not like he doesn't know how to use it. But certainly an interesting set of scenarios that plays out early on in the round.
Oh, man. Are they doing it? Are they going to seek her into the Viper's pit? Yep.
Look at this. It's huge. And they peek off the back of that as well. They catch them off guard. Dawn does get a kill, at least off the snake bite. There's the ult coming out as well. And oh, look at this. Woo! It's a free one for Wardell. Had a potential follow-up as well onto Skadoodle. Look at the positions. They're all over the place. Hayes is running around like a chicken with his head cut off in mid. And now it's come down to this. It's Skadoodle, the op of yesteryear, against Wardell, the king for TSM. Spike will be planted. Smoke goes down. Skadoodle's already made it through from screens. That smoke's going to fade in just a moment. Saw the barrel, and it's a quick shot from Skadoodle. That's round 12 secured for T1. You wonder, did Wardell see the Sage on the pick to the Sova? Because Skadoodle was coming out of kitchen at the time. It's tough to say. The call definitely wasn't made to Hayes if that's the case. 2 early kills in favor of T1, but some follow-ups to bring things back to balance. Equilibrium has been restored as we're at a 3-on-3, but they can't do anything currently. Hayes doesn't feel comfortable going for the plant. Going to catch one on the crossback. But look at the flank coming through. They're trying to hold it, but they're watching too many things at the same time. There's the peek coming out from Dawn. And you've got Wardell currently hamstrung to work with a guardian of all things. And now it's all up to Subroza. A 1-on-3 to keep their hopes alive here in map number 2. Again, TSM did pick up the win in map 1, and it was looking promising, at least in that first
30
half, but
seconds
TSM falling flat here. Subroza scoops up the spike. It's hero time for Subroza. Working the clock, taking every possible second. I love the flash coming through. That'll at least initiate a potential peek from one direction or the
10
other.
seconds
There's the
left.
tap on the spike. They know he's not sticking it, and here comes the slow walk around 410. Nothing can be done. I think the big kill they need to get is actually going to be on Dawn. There's the dart going down as well to try to give away positions, but does Dawn time as well? Not yet. Dart's going to give away some positions there, and now they're going to go ahead and try and do what they can, but everything is counting against them as TSM, and again, this will be a difficult retake for T1. They've already got the Nano Swarm down. That's a
He missed a flash.
interesting decision from Subroza. The solo swing with the flash come through. Literally everyone was waiting on the other side of that one. There's the smoke coming out, the tap on the spike, but not the stick. Kills going in both directions, but it is currently favoring T1. It's been down to 2. They can't find them on the spike. They're having a hard time with the SMG from distance. Wardell did what he could, but now has to back off and be careful.
Turret in the back here. It took a while for them to plant, so they could actually go for this fake. But Leviathan's waiting around the corner, and they fake check it. They false check the corner for Curry. He looked there first, but at least the trade is there. But the information is gathered as well for this retake, knowing that there's going to be flankers from Garage.
Nice shot from Wardell. Here's the leaping coming through. Subroza is also present towards spawn. There's a gravity well, and now it's a runaway here. There's some smokes coming out, a gravity well back site, just in case there's a player still on site, but there isn't. They're going to make their way out. There's automatic with the attempted dash out, but it's not successful. The ult does not prove to be as valuable as they would have hoped. The Seekers have started funneling out towards spawn, but they actually don't get much information with them as they're sprayed down through the smoke. There's a smoke on the spike, and now the counter Seeker coming out. Skadoodle, though, peaks a little bit prematurely. Other players going to be spotted out. There's a gravity well. There's the ult coming in from Wardell, who's popping off fast shots coming out from the knives. It's down to a 1-on-2. Dawn's on site. The quick shot's not there. Dawn with just a pistol making this happen. You've got Bang waiting right around the corner, who tries to retreat and does. Weapon swap. Still time on the clock for Dawn to play with, but Subroza is going to get his flash on an attempt to make their way in. There's a big paranoia coming out. The ult from Leviathan, though, is the can opener for the round. That gains them access. Dawn, though, still present in backside sight. After the ult came through from Dawn, Dawn very low on HP, 4 health remaining for their Omen, who's currently stuck on site. But it's Leviathan with spike control and an op, but unfortunately a backside flank held by automatic, and I don't think Leviathan's ready for this one. It'll be an easy cleanup on the round for them to deal with.
Yeah, and at the same time, Dawn holding C just in case it's another fake, but once this happens towards this A site, he can just TP from the shadows out there, but Curry's still holding the site.
Spike down A.
That should not happen. There's the ult
10
coming in
seconds left.
as the ult actually gets canceled.
So the retake is going to come in for T1. They still have a lot to work with. They have a huge paranoia that's about to get thrown from flank side.
That's a big one, though. That's a huge shot coming out. Wardell, but an even bigger trade from automatic. We mentioned that Wardell needed to pop off, and one kill wasn't what they were looking for. Hayes currently in hell with just a classic. That is a huge flash, but no, Subroza took forever trying to get that kill. It still works out. Dawn is now coming in on the flank. Time is proving to be a problem. The double op look scooped up from the dead bodies works. Timing here. Hayes has managed to sneak on the site. This might be a free kill. Huge pickup there. Hayes doesn't even need to take down the tripwire, but there's still players trying to rotate around. Hayes could be a pivotal player in the round. Absolutely key in keeping them cemented on this B site, and that's another one for Big Daddy Hayes, who now has the ult
And he could ult in
and
garage.
can lock down this C site.
There you go. That was huge plays from Hayes. They just have to be careful of the C platform that they never check. Finally, they do this time as well, just to make sure. But
Ooh.
as they check, automatic ops from the spawn side, so a missed flash or a smoke.
Hayes is there with the backup and the follow-up. And again, B site pressure from Hayes is what is the name of the game. It's actually going to be a play towards a Curry taken down as they make their way through. 1 kill for Brax. And again, it falls down on 2 players. One of them, though, is Automatic, who has been lights out with the op, and it's a massive kill in mid. Subroza sniffed out by Dawn. And that brings us to a 2-on-2. It's going to come down to this duel between Leviathan and Automatic with the ops. Leviathan missed that first shot, but so does Automatic. Leviathan going towards the sidearm. Bang is trying to lock it down. Quick shot coming out from Leviathan. Automatic is swapped to the rifle. Fast dash onto the site. With time being of the essence, he goes vertical.
Love
and it's a big pickup for T1. His team to be in the best possible position. And now he needs his team to pump the brakes a little bit so he can get a freebie kill on the backstab. Doesn't need it, though, as his team does drop the opper. Skadoodle has to retreat, but is going to throw out the cabbages in just a second to give away the positions of the remaining players. It's a 3-on-4 advantage here for TSM.
Yeah, and subroza just got hit by a couple of shock darts down to 9 HP.
Seekers could be big. There's the spot from the camera. They have not stuck the spike. Recon dart pulsing away. But they're just playing this one patiently, and again, it's another save from T1.
Adapting too quickly and are focusing on Dawn with this flank.
That is a ballsy star placement from Bang as well. Clear peeking in mid. There's still that flank coming through from Dawn, but there's the Dawn kill coming in. Wardell has to step up big, as it's now down to just Wardell. Both players on site. They don't have anything to cordon him off. There is no cyber cage, and as a result, Wardell can do what Wardell does best. Players present currently. There's the smoke going in towards heaven. The dog will lead in first. Which direction does it move in? Wardell takes care of it. There's a flash coming out. Wardell really can't do much. Ooh, counter flash, but doesn't really seem to make too much of a difference for Curry, who comes around the corner spraying with the frenzy. And this is a big start to the second half for T1.
Yeah, T1 probably, or TSM probably didn't expect that T1 are going to be so close on that default spot. Getting enough flashes out to push him back towards long. Here comes subroza on a retake. He's just lurking instead, but here comes that self-flash. Connects for 1, but Skadoodle's not blinded.
T1 doing a decent job of holding. The flashes go around the corner, and you hear the double blind call out, but it doesn't make a difference. T1 catch them on the plant attempt. Can see the elbow, but can't really do damage there. Has to be careful. So just going to hang back currently. Give them sight control. There's the dog coming out. The smoke comes through. And, oh, man, the timing. Another second, and there would have been a free kill there. That's Hayes dropping Dawn on the opposite side of Garage. But again, they don't really have anything to try and keep this spike in their control. Look at what they have to do. They just have to swing off this one. There's the smokes going down. Good shots coming out from Hayes continue, but Curry finds an angle on this smoke, but it doesn't matter. Bang has stuck it the entire time. Surprise, surprise, it's a clutch round. The Red Bull clutch coming in for TSM. And with proper crosshair placement, you can move quickly and just drop people shot after shot to the head. Wardell has to go for the smoke because the paranoia comes through. The missed knife is going to give them an opportunity they weren't anticipating having. There's a flash coming out around the corner, and subroza cleans up. There's the dash in from Automatic, looking to get early access, and oh no, the knives just not connecting. They were really relying on that play to kick things off. subroza gets another kill. It's a close-range execution shot onto Curry. Now they do get a spike plant out of this, and that's actually great shock dart damage as well. But there's a Killjoy ult, and there's really only one player that can do anything, so they're going to have to swing off this. They've got that player hiding in backside sight. There's the flash coming through. They have to push forward. The last player alive. Actually, Dawn goes for the swing to spot them towards stairs, and in that time, there's potential for Hayes to stay in this position. And as a result, they want Wardell to lock that spot down just in case. So they go for the swing, thinking they're going to get a free kill onto Wardell, and instead, nothing. A lot of flashes coming out around the corner, making it quite difficult for T1 to stick around. Sure, they get the spike planted, but at what cost? Skadoodle somehow surviving, fighting his way out of this one as best as possible. But as the Seekers come out, so does the shock dart. It's all down to Dawn. A big pickup. There is a fat paranoia coming through, but it doesn't make a difference. TSM close out map number 3, 13-6 against all odds. TSM, a team who has floundered across the year, survives and manages to pick up the win, and they will punch their ticket to Challenger playoffs.